By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, I shall avenge you. By Grabthar's hammer. Next.
A little while ago, I was rewatching Galaxy Quest in honor of Alan Rickman, when it struck me that the entire plot of the movie, as well as his specific subplot involving one of the aliens, came directly from The Seven Samurai. In fact, The Seven Samurai has provided the plot for a great many American movies in just about every genre, from westerns to animation to science fiction. It's the direct plot remakes that I'll be talking about today. My name is Cruz Flores from Quality Interruption, and these are the many children of The Seven Samurai. Let's start at the beginning. The Seven Samurai was released in 1954, directed by Akira Kurosawa. 4 years previous, Rashomon, also directed by Kurosawa, had won the Best Foreign Language Oscar and introduced America to the samurai movie. In Japan, samurai films had a long tradition as either costume dramas, the Jedi Geki, or more action-oriented movies called shambara. These shambara movies were usually light on plot and mostly about watching chaotic sword fights. Akira Kurosawa, however, was heavily influenced by the films of John Ford, and was intent on combining both the high and low genres of samurai films and also the ideals presented in American and Japanese movies, namely the tension between individual freedom and a larger obligation to society. Simply, The Seven Samurai is the story of a poor village being threatened by roving bandits. To fight them, they hire 7 samurai who become the focus of the movie. As they teach the villagers how to fight for themselves, the samurai show their honorable nature by fighting without promise of fame or fortune. The most immediate influence was John Sturges' The Magnificent Seven, which took the entire story, characters, and most of the plot and put it into a Western setting. The largest change is how it gives almost no characterization to the Mexican villagers being defended. This is in keeping with the more American ideals at the time of individual achievement. The Magnificent Seven was such a hit that it in turn spawned imitators like Battle Beyond the Stars, which manifests an idea I thought I brilliantly came up with in 8th grade, combining The Seven Samurai with Star Wars. Mostly it sticks to the Western trappings, and even has the ultimate farm boy as its protagonist, Richard Thomas, aka John Boy from the Waltons. No one ever accused Roger Corman of subtlety. Which brings us to the most significant Seven Samurai remake, a movie so influential, it in turn created a genre of its own. I'm speaking, of course, of Three Amigos. Seriously, this 80s SNL vehicle has had almost as many imitators as Seven Samurai itself. It's more of a parody of The Magnificent Seven, but its main innovation is having the protagonists be actors who the village mistake for fierce warriors, and who come to the village thinking they are part of a show. When they find out they're fighting real bandits, they initially want to escape, but eventually decide to be heroes for real. Like in Seven Samurai and The Magnificent Seven, there's a part where the amigos try to invade the bandits' hideout before they attack the village.
Seize him!
Unlike The Magnificent Seven, and more like The Seven Samurai, the amigos come up with a plan for the villagers to defeat the bandits on their own. It even gets one idea up on the Seven Samurai by having them not train for battle, but by using what they're good at already, sewing.
So, very old one. So like the wind!
Three Amigos wasn't particularly successful at the box office or with critics, but the idea of taking the plot of the Seven Samurai and playing it for laughs turned out to be fruitful enough to inspire 2 more movies, A Bug's Life in 1998 and Galaxy Quest in 1999. A Bug's Life keeps the performer part from Three Amigos as well as having the villagers fight on their own. It also goes back to the Seven Samurai in having the fighters explain right away that they can't fight the bandits by themselves and need the villagers to implement a large-scale plan to defeat them. Galaxy Quest goes even farther by taking from both Samurai and the Three Amigos. Once again, the warriors are actors, trying to perform the roles they played for real because the villagers don't understand the difference between fantasy and reality.
Great, Fred.
Also like Samurai and Amigos,
Hey,
we get a
Fred.
subplot about one of the defenders falling in love with one of the villagers.
By Grabthar's hammer, Dr. Lazarus.
Don't do that. I'm not kidding.
Now let's look at this subplot with Alan Rickman as a typecast actor, annoyed by one of the aliens they're defending. And here's Toshiro Mifune, and his relationship with Yohei, one of the villagers. All through training and leading up to the battle, Yohei repeatedly proclaims his own cowardice.
Thank Ipthar.
Quellic? What you doing up there?
I avoided capture by using your Mokhtar stealth haze. Where is everyone?
Come with me.
But when we get to the actual battle, this once annoying character suddenly becomes a valuable ally, aiding our hero when he needs it the most. Which then leads to our hero showing how much he cares about this character.
Get back to the commander.
And at that moment, of course, that character dies.
I'm shot.
Quellic. By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
Now, they fight with abandon. Still pretty affecting, right? Well, thank you for watching, and if I missed any movies, let me know in the comments. I really love The Seventh Samurai. It's probably my favorite movie of all time, so I had a blast researching this. I could probably make another video about all the individual moments that movies have taken from The Seventh Samurai, but I'll see how this one does first. Let me know if you'd like to see that one as well. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to my podcast, go on iTunes and look up A Quality Interruption. We review lots of movies, not always good, but always pretty interesting.